Hey everybody, John, Foss, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Very excited to be talking about the new show Dream Corp LLC with writer, director, creator Daniel Stessen and actor Jon Gries. Thank you guys so much for taking the time.
Hey, I like the way you spell your name, John.
Exactly. I mean, if I wanted to write H's the rest of my life, I'd do it. Let's just cut to the chase here, people. Come on.
Of course. Get right to it. The only thing I like about the J-O-H-N, John, is that they can be called Jack. But I can be Jack if I want.
All right. Well, guys, this is the most unique show I think I've ever seen in my life. Daniel, how did you come up with this?
John, I just, honestly, I wish that this was real. I wish that that we had this kind of technology, and I foresee it heading that way. And I guess originally, everyone's idea of the future is very clean and finished, and I always feel like we skip a bunch of steps and stages by the time we end up in 2001 Space Odyssey or whatnot, because, there's something really humorous about the first stage of a technology, the beta stage, the testing out stage.
And for people who haven't seen the show yet, give them a little glimpse of what Dream Corp LLC is all about.
Dream Corp LLC is it's a workplace comedy that takes place in a dream therapy facility where Dr. Roberts,
played by me,
plugs himself into little USB ports and drops into your dreams in order to fix the issue you came in for. So if you came in for smoking or couples therapy,
erectile dysfunction, anything like that, I can go into your dreams and correct the problem in maybe one session.
Yeah, you might wake up with something else wrong with you.
Or dead.
But, yeah.
Or dead. No, nobody's died yet. Not quite.
Not on camera.
Not on camera.
John, how did you get involved?
Well, the way I got involved was, it was funny. Daniel and I have known each other for a while, and we've always been a fan of each other's work. And we actually worked together at one point doing a music video, I think. We were working on something where I was helping him shoot it, but we just always had the same inspirations. And he came to me one day and said, I'm doing this pilot. And, well, we just bumped into each other, and he was like, oh my God, you. And I was like, yeah,
It really was, it's true.
It's like Kismet.
Tell them where we were.
We were actually at a beach party that was being held by Val Kilmer.
Oh, wow.
And and so I was walking...
One of his oldest best friends.
Old friends from Real Genius days and other things. And I was walking down the stairs, and Daniel was walking up, and we stopped, and it was like, oh my gosh, we hadn't seen each other in about a year and a half.
And I just grabbed him by the shoulders.
And he said...
And I said, I have something for you.
I have something for you to do. And I was like, I'm in. Doesn't matter. I don't even need to read it.
He still hasn't read anything I've written.
I haven't. I have cue cards. No.
When you create a show like this, is it hard to get it off the ground? Is it hard to explain the concept to somebody who's never seen anything like this?
That's a really good question.
John, you're my people, man. I really, yeah. It's hard to explain what it is now, and you've seen it. Yeah, I mean, but I gotta say that that's one of the most beautiful parts of Adult Swim is that they were like, we really like this, but like, something's got to change, and for the original pilot, and that development stage, it's taken years. They bought the idea in 2013, and so. But I honestly it would not be where it is today. It would not be as good as it is today without that development process and them taking me by the hand and really just showing me, these are the rules. Let's follow these rules, and that's why we are where we are today is because of that beautiful development process that allowed me to really step back and think about, oh wait, Stephen Merchant should be in every single room as the robot Terry.
Well, I was just about to say, I think the robot is my favorite character.
He's a beautiful, creature.
I'm with you on that. I don't take any offense to that. No, seriously, he is the best. His delivery is perfect. That perfect Stephen Merchant delivery.
And that robot is built by the Jim Henson Studios, so that is a dream unto itself. Being able to work with Henson and develop a robot.
And if I could just tag something onto that, I think for both of us, it was independently of each other knowing it. It has been a dream for us to be on Adult Swim. You know, I know that was your.
Yeah, I didn't take this idea anywhere else because, as you're saying, it's hard to pitch an idea. It's hard to make something that doesn't exist. It's hard to make something from scratch already. So when there's an idea like this, Mike Lazo at Adult Swim, honestly, in the meeting, he said, "I'm not afraid of it. Let's try it."
That's great.
And that has given me the confidence the entire time to just kind of go with it. And with executive producers like John Krasinski and Stephen Merchant, I'm able to really, I learned so much from them, and they're able to kind of hone me in and just keep everything to a place of that we can really understand and digest.
A lot of times it's hard to explain to the suits how you're going to make them money when all the creative people care about is making something awesome.
Yeah, you can't really just say, "Trust me."
Yeah, no. But and that's such a tribute to Adult Swim too, because they foster that creativity, and I think that says a lot for their success, because. You're right. This show could never. I don't know how anybody would ever pitch this show or anywhere else that people would just. It just wouldn't happen. And it's such a. It's a great feat, I think, to see this actually up and realized and done as well as it's been. Feels so good to be a part of it.
And Daniel, you mentioned John Krasinski, one of the executive producers. How did he get involved? How do you guys know each other? Did you guys grow up together? What's the connection there?
Actually, John and I, we met in theater school at the National Theater Institute at the Eugene O'Neill Center in Waterford, Connecticut. Shout out to NTI. We were roommates there. And then we just kind of always followed each other around and always have been fans and supporting each other. And, he asked me, one day he was like, "What are you working on?" And I just showed, I had made the pitch deck and I knew that I had a meeting already with Adult Swim that was set up. And I just kind of showed him what I was working on. And he was like, "Can I produce this?" And I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I said yes.
All right, well, they're telling me that I need to go. I did want to say one more thing before I go. First of all, John, I love your work. Been a huge fan ever since the Seinfeld days.
Thank you very much.
Napoleon Dynamite is obviously a classic, which you worked on with Jon Heder, who I will be talking to later this week. Is there any message or anything you'd like me to tell him?
Just remind him that we sat next to each other 2 days ago on a plane from Denver, and that I told him I loved him, and I just want you to reiterate that. And let me just say that Jon Heder is one of the nicest, and he's quite a talented guy, and he actually nudged me and said, "Put me on your show. Come on."
All right.
Which is really cool.
Send a message. You can send a message from me saying that I'd love for you to be on the show.
All right, well, John, Daniel, thank you so much. And Twin Cities, you need to check out Dream Corp LLC Sundays at 11 p.m. on Adult Swim. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.